There is a conspiracy theory that has many convinced they are slowly being poisoned.
There's a movement growing worldwide by millions who are certain someone is spraying toxic chemicals on all of us.
We're joined now by two filmmakers producing The Great Culling. It is a follow-up to What in the World Are They Spraying? Great film on the geoengineering and chemtrail phenomenon. We have it here at the InfoWars store. That is director Paul Wittenberger. And he is joined by first-time filmmaker, right, Chris Maple?
That's right.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We don't feel like the government is telling us the truth. And every time we discover that they aren't, we are verified that the government is covering up too many things that are really important for us.
If you really convinced me people were doing this, I'm serious, drop everything else I was doing and find a way to, because I mean, if by chemtrails you mean a large conspiracy
Yes.
of government,
Yes.
I would drop everything else I was doing and risk my life to block it, because I believe that's the right thing to do.
Beautiful.
I actually served 4 terms in the House. So after serving 8 years in the House, I went ahead and ran and was elected to the Senate and served 4 years there. I think there are entities around this world that want control very much. Perhaps they would like to not have as much population to deal with. Most of it has to do with money, greed, and power. And these people are doing this and have been doing it for years and years now. It's really just beginning to come to the forefront. People are finally beginning to look up. I can't believe that for years and years this was going on over their heads and they hardly noticed it, you know, but maybe because they've become so bold, people have begun to look at what is in this stuff.
I'm here today to report that each of the 6 rainwater samples I collected contain aluminum. Every single one is contaminated. Shows contamination of the air we breathe with aluminum particles. It's a neurotoxin. Alzheimer's comes to mind. All of these childhood diseases that are burgeoning. I can't think of a worse place for aluminum particles to be located than in the very air we breathe. Can you?
Commissioner Delaney.
Well, Mr. Chair, maybe that's something that could be presented to Environmental Protection or the committee or...
The current program to try to actually change the entire globe's weather and to test how to manipulate the weather systems started in the mid-1990s. That's when suddenly ice crystal trails that had always gone away in seconds, max minutes, began to persist, even at low levels in hot weather or cold weather or at different altitudes. And you'll see trails right beside each other that dissipate, that are ice crystals, next to trails that don't dissipate and turn into huge cloud banks.
My name is Rosalind Peterson, and I'm president of the Agriculture Defense Coalition. What I did is that NASA kept saying, well, we have short-lived or we have contrails that persist. They kept saying, but it was all the same type. They pretended like it was all the same type. When I started photographing, I realized that there were different types of jet trails, and they formed different kinds of clouds. They produced different kinds of formations. Their persistence was different. So I began to document what was going on in the skies with this poster.
My name is Clifford E. Carnicum, and I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. You know, let's go through these terms of contrail versus aerosol and whatever and try to make sense of this.
You know, the only consistent thing I do see are actual true contrails. It's the only thing in the sky on a daily basis that looks the exact same way. Every time you look at it, no matter how far away it is, no matter what angle you're looking at it. Look at this. This is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
This is what a contrail is supposed to look like, Paul.
Contrail, exactly.
That's exactly.
That is a contrail.
That's a nice, pretty one.
Oh, that's beautiful to watch it.
Yep. It just dissipates at the same speed as the nose moves, the tail evaporates. And, you know, you need 40-something below zero to have that happen, you know? And that's great.
It is so beautiful.
My name is Francis Mangels. I'm a master gardener, 35 years as a scientist with USDA, several degrees, for instance, bachelor's in forestry, master's in zoology. They're talking about the possibilities, but they're doing it already. And all these lab reports that are floating all over the internet prove that they are doing it already. And we have contacted the military, and the military just says, we don't have to tell you anything. And quick goes the phone.
I mean, how sad. Here we are sitting here today looking up. For the most part, we have completely blue sky, no clouds at all. And sometimes you can walk out of your home down in the valley in the morning and you'll see it like this. Within 2 hours, it's nothing but a milky white. The sun is not coming through, and it started with a checkerboard that all comes together.
All of this can have an impact on the environment that we require for fresh water, and even on your trees. So we have to think about these schemes that we're going into in order to say what impact are they going to have on the environment.
If we breathe increased particulate matter, more of us will die. And I don't know how to be glamorous about that statement. It is a sheer statement of fact. Increased particulate counts in the atmosphere will have a direct influence on mortality, and it will increase it.
Again, it's the same thing. Corporate shutout, military shutout, and the response has been that it's all a hoax, that there is no such thing as chemtrailing.
Well, they've got rat poison where you feed the rat and it doesn't know until it eats enough. It takes a week to kill it. And that's a soft kill. Mm-hmm. And rats don't know. They just keep eating it because it didn't kill them right away. If you give rats poison that kills them on the spot, rats don't eat it. They're smart enough when they see their buddy flop over and die. But if it's slow and it degenerates, okay, the numbers are going up. The government's trying to figure out why everybody's dying or getting sick. You know, why 10-year-olds are getting neurological disorders.
Mm-hmm. Because there is a war against you. There is a war against your health because your illness is profitable, your health is not. There is a war against your survival because slaves have to be fed, and it's often more convenient to just breed them when you need them. And there is a war against your information flow and your knowledge because the best slave is the slave who believes he is free. And at this point, the corporatist, globalist, genocidal state believes that it owns your body, your mind, your choices, and your life and death. And I say, oh no, not my body, not anybody's body.
Like I've heard some people say they want to have some mass killing population. I think if I was going to do that, why would I spray poisons from aircraft? I just put it in water or food. So I'm just trying to sort of understand the sequence of thinking that's going on here. People have an unbelievable range of motives, including enormously wonderful altruistic motives and enormously evil motives. So there's nothing you can tell me about some corporate or government person that I'll say is impossible, because I believe essentially any motives are possible.
I mean, and that's what I think was the fuel for this film, because once we, kept hearing these heavy metal contaminations, whether it be in the food, air, or the water, it really sunk in as far as what a perfect way to control the population.